A little bit of California sagebrush, and I can totally ferment that one. That's not bad. My name is Pascal Baudar, B-A-U-D-A-R, and I'm basically a wild culinary alchemist and researcher, mostly dealing with nature and wild plants. And I do all kinds of different things with wild edibles. I do wine, beer, food preservation, pickling, fermentation. If it's good and it's edible, I'll eat it, and I find a way to preserve it. The only thing you have to do to make a primitive beer, you're putting that in water. Those are California juniper berries, and the white bloom on it is wild yeast. So you just crack it, leave it in the water. Within 2 days you get like maybe 2% alcohol. What is a wild brew? Let's go back 5,000 years ago. Basically brewing the way people used to do it with what was available for them. So it's a mixture of how to make an alcoholic beverage out of things you can find in the wilderness. That can range from barks to leaves to different sources of sugar like larp sugar, sweet berries. You know, those are California juniper berries that are super sweet. So finding source of sugar like raw honey, mesquite beans are also very good for sugar. So it's actually called larp sugar, which is insect honeydew. That came from Australia. So it's actually, this is a eucalyptus, and those, when they imported eucalyptus in California, the little bugs came with it, and it's a little fly that deposits some eggs. And then there's a little larva that sucks the juice from the eucalyptus and then poop sugar. Yes. Why not? Ants is a flavor. Some ants actually taste like lemons. Some ants taste like vinegar because of the acid that they have inside. Don't try that with the black one that you have in the kitchen. It is disgusting. This is a plant called mugwort. And this one was actually used by the Celt and the Viking as hops before hops was introduced. So if you make a beer out of that one, it will actually kind of taste like between a beer and a cider, so I call it a beer. If it tastes like beer, I call it a beer. If it tastes like a cider, I call it a cider. And if it doesn't taste like anything, I call it a brew. I'm from Belgium. What do you expect? Beer for me was one more way of preserving food. I kind of grew up like in the 19th century in a small little town of, I would say like 1,000 people. And because it was such a small town, I spent most of my time in the forest too. And I learned things from all the people, anybody who could teach me at the time. I learned a lot about wild edible. So it kind of stuck with me, and I'm still doing it. Hops, wild hops. Los Angeles is a weird place. It's like concentration of, how many, 4 or 5 million people. And then as soon as you move out of there, you have a bunch of forests, and then you have the desert. Oh my God, there is so many different stuff. There is probably 450 different plants, berries, barks, leaves, ingredients that are actually edible and can be used for culinary use. What do I love about nature? It's like an infinite playground for flavors. It's just unbelievable. I keep discovering new things, new plants every month, and I've been doing that for 16 years now. I think also by doing exploration like that, and teaching people about edible plant and medicinal plant, you actually teach people a respect for nature. And I think that's very important because a lot of plants right now are being endangered because of the population growing like in Los Angeles. And I think that if people are more aware about what nature can offer, maybe they start thinking a little bit more about protecting it too. Actually, I need to cut. There's some movement over there. I just don't know what it was. Let me check. No, it's okay. We do have mountain lions, so I kind of watch for it because I've actually seen it here. So. And I see something that was moving. Okay.
Well, the potential of a mountain lion, I'm glad you can actually look out for that.
Yeah, I just see movement on the side, so I'm always looking for things. It's an habit a little bit. I get distracted.
Have you actually seen a mountain lion out here?
Oh yeah. Like 6 feet in front of me, like a few months ago.
they're usually scared of humans, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I was more scared of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was scary, he was big.
UCKYA